Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 51 of Wrestling Roundup. I'm GrimmChorizo, and this is the show where I give you this week's WWE news, rumors, and recap. If you follow any wrestling news websites, or get on Twitter at all, you've probably heard about some of the stuff I'm going to be talking about. But either way, let's get started. So this week on Raw, John Cena was cutting a promo basically saying that if he's not going to have a match with Rusev at WrestleMania, he wants to enter himself into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Well, Stephanie McMahon said he couldn't. Just, no, you can't. And she also said that the only way John Cena is going to be able to have a match at WrestleMania is if Rusev accepts his challenge. So she's put the power in Rusev's hands. Rusev has to say, yes, Cena, you can have the match. Triple H fired Booker T as an attempt to show his power over the WWE. And when I say fired, I don't mean like storyline fired. He just pretended to fire him and then was like, Booker T, I'm just kidding, man, go back to the table. So Booker T's not fired. After a Divas Championship rematch between Paige and Nikki Bella ended in disqualification, AJ Lee made her return to the assistance of Paige against the Bellas. Seth Rollins hosted the first ever Daily Show with Seth Rollins. And Jon Stewart made his way to the ring and basically, called out Seth Rollins on all of his terrible actions he's done since the end of The Shield and stuff. And honestly, Jon Stewart has been the greatest guest host that I've ever seen. He actually contributed to a storyline, and he's a fan of wrestling. It was just an all-around great segment. And he got to kick Seth Rollins in the nuts. So as of this week, 5 men are confirmed for the ladder match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. They are Bad News Barrett, Dolph Ziggler, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, and Luke Harper. There's one slot left, and we're not exactly sure who it's going to be. At the end of SmackDown, Daniel Bryan made his intentions clear that he wanted to be that 6th man. However, Stardust attacked him from behind, grabbed the Intercontinental title, and started climbing up the ladder, obviously saying he wanted in the match as well. On this week's episode of NXT, Alex Riley quit his job as a commentator. It said he will be returning as a competitor, and next week we'll go one-on-one with CJ Parker. It was announced that Alundra Blaze will be the next inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2015. Lana will be starring in a WWE Studios presentation of Interrogation, along with Edge. In an interview, Renee Young revealed that her and Dean Ambrose are dating. It was announced that Wiz Khalifa will be guest starring on Raw next week. On the March 25th episode of NXT, Finn Balor will get his NXT title match against Kevin Owens. Speaking of NXT, this was a historic and monumental week for NXT, as for the first time they toured outside of Florida. In Ohio, they had 2 shows, one in Columbus and Cleveland, and actually, one of my best friends is at these shows right now. And over the weekend, for the Arnold Sports Festival, NXT Superstars and Divas will be doing signings and Q&As, and it's a huge, big event. So I'm really happy that she got to go, and I'm really excited for NXT that they're getting to do this. This is the beginning of a great future for NXT, and hopefully they'll be able to tour all around the US and all over the world. So this week, Bill DeMott stepped down as his role as the head trainer at the NXT Performance Center, after lots of allegations and a lot of former talent speaking up against the things that he did to them as a trainer. People said that there was sexual harassment, there was making them work through injuries, just insulting them, a lot of different things. And if you want to read about that, you can find all this stuff. But all week there had been campaigns on Twitter, all over social media, basically saying to fire Bill DeMott because of what he has done. Well, now he has stepped down. Rumor has it that at WrestleMania, and it seems clear now with AJ making a return, that there will be a tag match between Paige and AJ Lee versus the Bella Twins. Personally, I think that it should be a fatal 4-way for the title instead, because a tag match, that's a Raw thing. Do that on the Raw before, and do a fatal 4-way, because what's the reward in a tag match at WrestleMania? Put the Divas title on the line. Give Divas a chance, Don't just do a throwaway tag match on the grandest stage of them all. Put the title on the line. A few weeks ago, I talked about how Samoa Joe left TNA and is now working with Ring of Honor. However, he only apparently has 5 dates left in Ring of Honor, and then he's expected, rumors say, to sign with NXT. I guess we'll have to see if that's true or not, but that would be fantastic. So thank you for watching this week's episode of Wrestling Roundup. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back next week. See you later.